going to drive across Whitney Dam again. It's really pretty. I still want to know what that great big house is on the other side of the lake. By the time we got home last night, looking that up, finding that out was not at the top of my list of things to do. All I wanted to do was to not be moving. Had to take Miss Thing for a walk. I gave her a couple of Sonic French fries, and it was the weirdest thing. She was acting like she was high. So it was the weirdest thing. So I don't know if it's because she didn't drink enough yesterday. I kept giving her water, offering her water, and she would just take 4 or 5 laps at it, and then the salt that was on the French fries. I don't know if that like pulled all the liquid out of her brain or something. But I gave her some drinks when we got into the trailer. I had to carry her into the trailer. She just was out of it. So, yeah, it was the weirdest thing. So she won't get any more French fries from Sonic. At least on a day where she hasn't had plenty to drink. So I found out what that sound, where it sounded like something was beating the shit out of the back of my car, found out what that was. When the screw downs vibrate loose on the cover for the propane tanks, that rattles around, that bangs against the propane tanks and stuff. Even though it sounds like it's banging against the back of my car, it's not. It's just noise behind the car. So, yeah, so I figured out what that is, because when I screwed them down nice and tight, we don't have that banging noise. It doesn't sound like anything's beating the shit out of the back of my car. So, anyway, yeah. So, coming up on Whitney Dam here, and I also, when it comes to mind again, because of the ADHD, I still don't have any medication for it, because it was called into a pharmacy in San Antonio, and it won't transfer because it's a controlled substance. So, unless when I talk to her on Monday, I can talk her into calling it into the Walmart in Barstow. So I don't know if there is one in Pecos, but I know there's one in Barstow. So if I can talk her into calling it into the Walmart in Barstow, then I'll have some medication for the drive. So if she wants a test, I'm not going to test positive for it because I haven't taken it in over a month. So yeah. So I don't know. Well, have to see, but if she doesn't, I mean, I've been over a month without it, and even before that I was just taking half a dose a day to make it last. So well, actually my full dose is 20 milligrams twice a day. So I was taking 10 milligrams once a day. I just broke them all in half and made it work that way. That's the only way I made it through the summer, but yeah. So here we are, Lake Whitney on the right, and that big building over there is the one I'm curious about. I will look that up when I look up the Corps of Engineer campgrounds. Because the Corps of Engineer campgrounds, I can stay for a week in those, because you have to use the sanitary station. You have to use the RV dump. Something was burning over there. So I can only stay for a week in Army Corps of Engineer campground. But it looks like it has pretty nice bath facilities. This one does. A nice big day use area there. Yeah, so I'll be checking on this. Just have way I can stay in the area like 3 weeks. I can do 2 weeks at 1,000 Trails and 1 week at the Army Corps of Engineers. There seems to be a lot of people traveling this road here. Oh, because there's road construction. Look at that. That's why it looks like there's so many people on the road. Rumble strips. A lot of road construction going on this morning. It's Columbus Day, people. It's a holiday. Why are you doing this? And I bet the people behind me are relieved that I managed to catch up. Come on, Nissan, even I'm done with your fooling around with the speed. The speed limit sign up here. Maybe you're looking at it and you know that 50 isn't going to be fast enough. Oh my God, dude. Pick a speed. Drugs. I'm pulling a fucking trailer. I can't pass you. Drunk or on drugs. That's the only reason we're doing 20 miles under the speed limit. Even I can do 60. I want the people behind me to see that it's you, not me. Goes back uphill, so I will lose momentum. Okay, universe, so for whatever reason you put this person in front of me, thank you, I guess. I kind of hope they're getting to where they're going here pretty soon. Whatever. Well, I turned the camera off for a couple of minutes, but this person in front of me has been all over the road, and I think they're drunk. Because first of all, we're doing 45 in a 70. and they go from one side of the lane to the other, and even into the oncoming lane a little bit. So, yeah, I think they're drunk, and there's not enough time for me to get around them. Thank you. There's not enough time for me to get around them, because every time we come to a passing zone, it lasts 20 feet down, and then the rest of it's uphill, and I can't get enough momentum uphill to pass them. But I think they're drunk, just from the way they're driving, all over the lane. See, once again, I'd have enough to get beside them, but I wouldn't have enough to be able to get in front of them before we hit the hill. Kind of waiting for them to go off the road. Not get hurt, but kind of over in the ditch, and then I'll call 911. Hico. That's a nifty little town. This is the way I would come down when I was coming from Glen Rose. I would come down 6th, because I came through Hico. Okay, whoever's behind me, I will not be doing 75. Yeah. So much for Monday traffic. I guess maybe because it's holiday also, or maybe just because there's so many people on the roads in Texas every day. I don't know. So we're coming into Hico, home of the Billy the Kid Museum. It's a nice little town. The first time I drove down to Austin on these back highways, Glen Rose, that's normally how I came in. I came through here and I thought, oh, this is where I want to live. But there was no work here. There was no substance abuse counseling work here, because that's what I was doing at the time. And there just wasn't any. Stop there for pedestrians. I hope there wasn't a light I was supposed to stop for. Okay, 6 goes around to the right. Here's the light I was supposed to stop for. So we're on our way to Stephenville, and then we'll cut up from Stephenville to 20. And then when we get on 20, we'll be pulling out at the first rest stop, so both of us can meet. Stephenville is one of those towns that has a history of UFO stuff. Some of the stuff that they took a look at some of the earlier seasons of Ancient Aliens had to do with some UFOs in Stephenville and around in that area. Yeah, there was an Air Force base up here too. I think that was involved in crash retrieval stuff. It's the JR Joint Reserve Base right now. It used to be an Air Force base, but now it's the Joint Reserve Base. But years ago, when it was an Air Force base, it was involved in crash retrieval of UFOs. And so that's where some of the stuff from Roswell? Or was it some crash here local? I don't know, but some of the stuff was taken there. And so this part of Texas has a pretty extensive UFO history. So that's part of the reason why I drive with the camera on, not recording, just to see if I see anything. However, I got a bunch of dead bugs on the window right now, so that's going to be kind of hard to tell whether that's something or not. So, yeah. Anyway, I will talk again later.